The views and opinions expressed on this program are those of the participants and do not reflect the views of BronxNet or the program underwriters.
BronxNet. Your voice, your views, your vision.
Hey, good morning, everybody, and welcome to another show. It's a show called Open, right here in the Boogie Down BX. Let's go like that. All right, we bring the world, we bring the Bronx, we bring it all to you. I'm your host, Dr. Bob Lee. We got a great show lined up for you today. Coming up on today's show, we'll find out how community groups and elected officials have come together to create opportunity and erase stigma. We'll let you know about that. We'll explain. After that, we'll have a preview of an event helping you overcome the challenges of the healthcare system. You know, it's been a struggle, but we've been out in the community and have groups and organizations out there to help you and walk you through it. Plus, we'll hear all about some great events right here in the borough of the Bronx, the borough of the Parks. Then we'll sit down with an organization working to improve health in our community. And later on, we'll be joined by a musician giving back. Hey, he's my buddy. You don't want to miss it. I'm going to let you know who he is. Stay tuned. All this and more headed your way because we are now open for business. Hey, welcome back, everybody. I'm your host, Dr. Bob Lee from 107.5 WBLS, your number one source for R&B. You can catch me on each and every night right after the Quiet Storm with my man Lenny Green. And we take care of business. You'll be spending the night with me if you're hanging out. Today is Monday, October the 7th. Wow, time is blowing by, right? 2013, and you're watching Open, the live and interactive program that brings the Bronx and New York City straight to your TV sets. We'll bring you the world. Kicking off the show, on October the 26th, community leaders and elected officials will come together to host From Prison to Prosperity. And joining us now to share more, Reverend Q English, President of the Bronx Clergy Justice Roundtable, and Sheila Rule, President of the Think Outside the Cell. Welcome, you guys.
Thank you, Bob. Good to be here.
Now, you've been working on things like this for a long time. We've watched you in the community with your sleeves rolled up, you know, taking care of business, and now you're here. You started from the bottom, now we're here.
Yeah.
Tell me more about this event that's coming up.
Well, we're pretty excited about it. It's a partnership that Sheila and I are doing. We share passion as it relates to creating economic sustainability for those that are returning citizens, recognizing the shortage of jobs that we have out there, and just being able to create the resources and opportunities for them to thrive in society.
And returning citizens from incarceration.
Returning citizens from incarcerated, those that have had a bout with the law, court involved, all different types of people. We want to let them know that there is opportunities out there.
And why did you guys decide to come together and do this?
Well, one of the reasons is because people coming home face the stigma of incarceration. It's a shadow that follows them for the rest of their lives. They're branded. So we want to help them create their own opportunities. And we feel that entrepreneurship is a way to do this. And I've certainly watched Reverend Q do her thing. So I'm just delighted to be her partner.
Well, she does it on cue, too.
Yeah.
So, and people talk about that in the prison system, too. You know, how am I going to come out and get a job? Nobody wants to hire me. I have a felon. I'm a felon, you know, and you know, they're not going to hire me.
I mean, and that's a reality too. And then when you think about how much we spend on incarceration, I know one figure that was thrown out. I remember last year was like, you know, the Bronx spends about $45 million to incarcerate. It spends about $40,000 to incarcerate a juvenile, and about between $70,000 to $80,000 to incarcerate an adult. So if we can transfer that and create sustainability, the reason why recidivism is so high is because, hey, we're talking education, we're talking joblessness. Those factors in themselves creates that recidivism. So it's important that we shift that money. Well, how do we think about how do we shift that money back into society where they now become productive.
So it's a vicious cycle. You know, you come out and you go back to the same neighborhood, you get in trouble again, and you go right back in.
It's a vicious cycle. It's a vicious cycle. And you know, the root of it is what we talk about, you know, the lack of opportunity, the lack of education.
Absolutely. I mean, there are barriers that society has erected, collateral consequences, so that it is impossible for many to get a job. It is impossible for them to get housing. It's impossible for them to go to college. There are all these barriers erected so that there's the revolving door of recidivism. They don't have any other choice.
Now, is there something in place to get to the root of this? Is the system designed to get people into the system?
If you think about system is broken. Okay, so while we have to work with system, what really needs to take place is a greater community involvement. It's where we restore a neighbor back into the hood, so to speak. And it takes a village to do that. And so it's going to take more community, more faith-based, more family involvement in the restoration and rehabilitation of our returning citizens, as well as creating the preventative measures where our youth have opportunity to thrive. So when we talk about system, we have to work within the system. The system is not the end all. If we're talking about recidivism being the same rate for the last 20 to 30 years, we're talking insanity is doing the same thing, expecting different results. So what needs to happen? There needs to be greater community involvement. We need to take greater responsibility. One of the things that we are.
The church,
the community-based organization,
the schools, parents, teachers,
and families of those who are directly affected, which is the incarcerated and the formerly incarcerated, because it is about building healthy communities and healthy families at the end of the day.
And each one of us taking our responsibility makes it work. So when we take responsibility, we have less opportunity to point fingers.
So how does it look? A person comes out of jail, and you get them involved in something else other than what they came out of.
What's real important is that we sort of target them before they even come out of jail, because you really want to develop that relationship so it won't be like so cold when they come out and here's a MetroCard, come meet me, you've never met me before. If you start within, create a year program within with those that you know that are coming out, relationship with them, relationship with their family. So when they come out, it's not that intense. You create partnership. As you know, we're the largest partnership organization in the Bronx. We have over 500 partners. And so we want to be able to plug them into the appropriate resources. One of the things that we created is a program called the NEST. That NEST is an entrepreneurship development program for previously incarcerated or at-risk individuals. And what we do is we present them with opportunities like we are going to do at the Prisoner Prosperity Fair for them to get seed money to start their business. And from there, we'll be able to incubate that business for 18 to 24 months. Opportunities like that are outside the box thinking is some things like that will work for those that are coming home.
I visit a lot of jails and we do talks and everything, and brothers come up to you, sisters too. They go to how are we going to get a job with a felon under? But you tell them that you can start a job, you can start a career. And there's a story of a brother who started picking up scrap metal on the side of the highway in a shopping cart. Bought himself an old station wagon, threw that stuff up in the back of that, got a bigger van, and they started and they take it to a place where you can melt down all those pieces of metal, and they make money.
That's right.
The brother
it's about
owns
being
one of the
creative.
big, he owns one of the big companies that melts down all that metal now.
Yeah, that's why we call our organization Think Outside the Cell, like think outside the box, because there's so much creativity in this population that's coming home, and many of them have this innate entrepreneurial gift.
That's it.
They know how
very
to,
creative.
Yeah, very creative.
Unbelievably creative. And I think to Reverend Q's point, that's why it's so important to start before they come home, because in our system, not only New York, but throughout the country, they're basically warehoused. They're not given that many opportunities to get ready to come home.
They are not.
So do you have any support from the local leaders or different organizations?
Absolutely. This is done in partnership with the Manhattan Borough President, Bronx Borough President, over 30 organizations that's going to be partnering with us and offering their resources. We have outsiders that are coming in. Some of our guest speakers include...
We have terrific guest speakers. Ed Lewis will be a judge. He was the founder of Essence Magazine. We have Ambassador Harold Doley, who was the only African American to have had a seat on the New York Stock Exchange. Lloyda Lewis, who is the widow of Reginald Lewis, who was the first African American to run a $2 billion company.
Yes.
So we've got some terrific people.
The date and time, we're going to wrap it up because
Saturday, October 26th, 9 to 5, right here at Lehman College, 9 to
Okay.
5. Hit us in the
And what can
music
people
hall.
learn that day?
They can learn how to take their business idea or their business to the next level and make it happen.
Take it to the next level. From prison to prosperity. Give them a big round of applause, everybody. Reverend Q Inglis, President of Bronx Clergy Justice Roundtable, and Sheila Rule. You rule.
I do.
President, Think Outside the Cell Foundation. Thank you guys so much. You got to
Thank
come
you,
back and
Bob.
share more information with us, okay?
We
Thank
will.
you so
Thank
much.
you so
Pleasure to
much.
see you, too.
Likewise,
All right.
likewise.
We have to take a quick break, but coming up, we'll help you get a better understanding of the healthcare system. Stay right there.
Great.
Hi, I'm Ruben Diaz Jr. I'm not just the Bronx Borough President, but I'm a father and an uncle. I can't emphasize enough how important it is for men and fathers to be a part of their children's lives. Let me talk to you about a program that's come out of my office, the Bronx Fathers Taking Action Committee, which is a committee of Bronx fathers and men formed to help uplift the institution of fatherhood while responsibly respecting the privilege of being a dad. Our mission statement is to engage, empower, educate, and encourage fathers, grandfathers, and uncles of all ages by providing them with the resources and help that they need in order to build new relationships with the leaders in our community. Ultimately, this initiative will help reinforce Bronx men as positive role models. So, I just want to take the time out to encourage fathers, grandfathers, uncles, men of all corners of the Bronx to take an important role in the lives of the children in your families and in our community, and also to get involved in this uplifting committee.
Good job, Theo.
Thank you.
Let's start it again, Theo.
All right.
This was me. And Mom and Dad. And my big brother Alex. And this was the day we all got to forget that I was sick. This was my wish.
I don't know what's happening. Start a new chat. What did I do? Okay. Wow. That is so weird.
Hey! Hi!
Oh my gosh. Hi! God, I don't even know what to say right now. I'm so nervous. Gia, you're so big. Come closer to the camera. Wait, now you're in my face. That was so good.
Hi, welcome back, everybody. I'm your host, Dr. Bob Lee. We have some journalists all the way from Egypt. Give them a big round of applause. Hey! We thank you guys for joining us this morning, okay? Hey, check this out. On October the 29th, WCH, the Service Bureau, will host an event to educate everybody on how to overcome the challenges of the healthcare system, the healthcare industry. And joining us now to share more about the organization and the event is Olga Kabinski. We welcome you to the show.
Thank you very much.
Olga, does this educate people on the healthcare system, Obamacare and all of that, or you just work specifically with doctors?
Well, we work specifically with doctors and also the last year residents that are coming out of schools and hospitals and seeking employment, either in a hospital or opening a private practice.
Okay.
So we are inviting, this is going to be an interesting event for physicians and doctors' offices.
And what's WCH?
WCH stands for We Can Help.
We Can Help.
We Can Help, yes. Service Bureau. We're registered with Department of Health, and we provide a support system for our clients, which is combined of billing services, credentialing, chart auditing, reception services, different type of consultations, pretty much anything that a physician needs to run the smooth office.
Yeah. Oh, okay. So administration, and
Yes,
administrative
yes.
duties.
All the hassles of insurances, we're dealing directly with insurance companies. The doctor's pretty much taking care of the patients, and we take care of the other headache
Wonderful.
of
And,
getting
that's
paid.
very, very important, because when you go in and they have you sitting out in that lobby before you see the doctor, that can be very frustrating
Yes,
to
yes.
a lot of people.
There's a lot of things going on during that process.
Well, so what can people expect on the 29th?
On the 29th, we have a very interesting group of experts coming to speak to doctors. One of the biggest one is the Bank of America.
Oh.
They have a great, they're actually sponsoring this event.
Uh-huh.
They have a great program for landing and practice expansion for doctors, and they're thinking of starting up a practice. We also have a great attorney, a pretty top-notch attorney in healthcare, Matthew Levy. He's going to be taking care of some compliance issues, speaking to doctors about audits, employment issues. We have a great CPA who's going to be speaking regarding practice merger. And we have an innovative program of Medicare Well Visit that's going to be presented by a wellness program. So it's an interesting event. We're hoping also to bring together doctors to network, communicate with each other, and answer questions that they might have, because I'm sure they're coming to ask questions,
Yes.
not to listen to us.
And what are they going to learn upon
Well,
asking
they're going to
all of
learn
those questions?
They're going to learn about shortcuts they can take. They can learn about how to better compliant with insurance standards. And they're going to learn different tips from different experts how to navigate the healthcare, because it's becoming very challenging right now and expensive to actually hold a private practice.
Can ordinary people get involved? Just, people who want to become doctors, or people in the health fair world? Can
Yes.
they come and see what this is all about?
We would love to have medical school graduates that are coming out. They're motivated. They want to get into medicine, start practicing. They need to understand what's ahead before they actually get to patient care.
Get the big picture.
Yes.
Find out what it's all about before you
The
get
check
there.
is not easy to get.
That's right. That's right.
So we're hoping to attract not only current active providers, but also those that are seeking employment in future practices, and explain to them the risks, the positives, the negatives of this industry, so they know where they're heading.
Is this fairly new? We can help?
No, we are in business for 13 years. We're actually a Brooklyn-based company.
Is it
but-
nonprofit or no?
No, it's for profit. We work with, we have clients all over Bronx, Brooklyn, Staten Island, all the 5 boroughs, and as well as other states. And our clientele is hospitals and private practices.
So this is a wonderful organization that not a lot of people don't really
Exactly.
know about. I mean, you're coming out of school and everything, and you find out that there's an organization called We Can Help,
Right,
and that can help you visualize everything that you're going to get involved in.
right. We actually
I think that's
able-
wonderful.
It is wonderful. It's something that not every, there are organizations that do provide services, but they don't provide them as a package.
Right.
There's each company separated. So we do actually give our client a full view of what to expect when expecting.
It's important because you're getting your academic knowledge, but to get that practical experience
Right.
and to actually see where this whole thing is going,
Right.
this thing that you're spending a whole lot of money on
Absolutely.
at school.
The loans are very expensive.
Yes. So you want to get a good picture of what this is all about.
We want to present to them the picture, and we want to actually introduce them to available options, because we can actually find them employment possibly, or put them into work, or help them with financials of opening a practice through Bank of America.
How did you get involved?
Well, I've been with the company for 9 years. Originally, I was a speech therapist, and I've been working for WCH and decided to stay there. I became a chief operating officer, and continuing my exploration of this company and the growth of it.
The speech therapist, COO. All righty. Very good. Very
Thank
good.
you.
Yeah. So you're going to be in this for a while.
We're going to be for a while, yeah.
And
This is not a first event we're doing. We're also doing this event every 3 months in different areas.
Oh,
So this
okay.
one is taking place in Bryant Park in a Bank of America building. It's a free event.
Yeah, right there. Was that 42nd Street?
Yes,
Yeah.
yes. No parking, but accessible by regular
Yeah,
transportation.
Fireplace Park, jump on a train and just walk into the park.
It's a beautiful place, and it's from 6:30 to 9:30. We wanted to do in the evening so everybody has free time. And we're hoping that it's going to be a great event and hopefully helpful to the doctors to answer their questions.
That's great. This is a wonderful organization. Thank you very much, Olga Kabinski. Give her a
Thank
big
you.
round of applause, everybody.
Thank you.
The COO, WCH Service Bureau Incorporated. We can help.
Yes, thank you.
Thank you so much. Did we miss anything? Give us a website or a number. where we can reach-
www.wchsb.com.
Say it again.
www.wchsb.com.
Thank you very
Thank
much.
you.
Okay.
Thank you.
All right, but stick around for a little while. We're going to take a quick break, but when we return, we'll take a look at the Poe Park Visitor Center. Stay right there. We'll be right back.
NFC, AFC, offensive linemen, defensive tackles, quarterbacks, and cornerbacks are all working with United Way for a million little reasons. The kids of our communities, to ensure their academic success all the way to graduation day. You see, it takes about 12 years to create a graduate, but it takes the same time to create a dropout. And the difference between a kid becoming one or the other could be a professional athlete, or it could be you. Studies showed the earlier we get to kids, the better their chances. So become a United Way volunteer reader, tutor, or mentor, and make a difference in the life of a child, for the life of that child.
Give.
Advocate.
Volunteer. Live United. Join your favorite NFL players. Take the pledge. Go to unitedway.org.
Long before I was in Hollywood, I had a grandmother by the name of Estelle Marie Tanner, positive role models to make sure that I was on the straight path. Big Brothers Big Sisters carefully screens volunteers and places them in long-term mentoring matches with kids who face adversity. With more volunteers, especially men, and more donations, every little who needs a big can have it. Start something. If it's been a while since you've been involved, start something again. Learn more at bigbrothersbigsisters.org.
People think I'm trash, but they're wrong. Today I'm just an aluminum can, but one day I could be a stadium.
Live with a human for a while, and you get to know a few things. Like, I know she does strange tricks for no treats. But the one thing I will never, for the life of me, know is how she gets so tiny and inside that box. Natalie, how do you get so tiny?
Welcome back, everybody. I'm the Dr. Bob Lee from 107.5 WBLS, your number one source for R&B. Sounds like we're on the radio, right? But we're not. We're on TV. You can catch me on the radio on 107.5 WBLS after the Quiet Storm each and every night. Hey, you know, the Pole Park, right here in the Bronx, offers a number of exciting events and exhibitions. And joining us now to share more about these is Lucy Aponte. Give her a big round of applause, everybody.
Thank you.
Community Associate for the New York City Parks Department. Lucy, welcome to the show.
Thank you. Thank you for having me here.
Yes. Now, you have a lot of things happening in this particular park, but can you tell me about the Greener Pastures exhibit?
So the Greener Pastures exhibit at the Pole Park Visitor Center is opening on October 12th and the weekend of the 12th and 13th for Open House New York. And Greener Pastures is an exhibition of historic photo and postcard and celebrating the 125th anniversary of Bronx Parks.
Oh, good, good, good. And you've been doing this for a little while, right?
Well, I've been there for a year now, and at the Pole Park Visitor Center, and it's an arts and cultural center, and a gallery, and also a kind of like a community center. We have a lot of activities there, a full program, full calendar of activities.
Beautiful. And you have an exhibit there. What's the importance of the work that we're going to be displaying there?
Well, what that is how showing Bronx Parks from going back to probably the 40s and to the present. And it's curated by Jonathan Kuhn, who's Administrative Arts and Antiquities in Parks. And so it's important for people to know how parks started and the beautiful spaces that they are and what we do, what we can do in parks.
Yeah, how do they choose the spaces or the sites for these parks? They've been around, they've probably been around for longer than the 40s, but you know, you have those sections with that, you know, they're just carved out in our neighborhoods.
Personally, I don't know how that started, but we have small parks, we have large parks. Pole Park happens to be a small park. Actually, you know, Pole Park was my park when I was a little kid.
Really?
Yeah.
But they have designed the same, where they have the swings and the sandbox.
No, Pole Park doesn't have swings.
It doesn't have swings.
It's a park that has the band shell.
Yeah.
And so there are concerts there. There are performances there. And there, of course, the benches and the trees, and but what's there is Poe Park has the Poe Cottage, the home of Edgar Allan Poe, and then it's got the Visitor Center, the new center, which has been open for a year. And since we've opened, we've had over 17,000 people come through there, which is amazing. I would never have believed it, but it is.
So have a bunch of people. Sometimes you have people playing the congas on it. Gong, gong, gong,
Well,
gong.
we have all kinds of performances. Actually, on Sunday, we're not normally open on Sundays.
Wow.
But this coming Sunday, we're going to be open as part of Open House New York. And we're going to have performances.
This is a citywide open house, right?
It's citywide open house, right? And so we're one of the buildings selected for its architectural interest. And we're going to have performances there with 4 singers, musicians, performing the works of Edgar Allan Poe.
Whoa,
so that's
yeah.
going to be really
That's gonna be
amazing.
great.
Yeah, throughout the entire day.
And this happens all throughout the city, the open
Throughout the
park?
city, Open House New York is throughout the city. And historic houses like the Poe Cottage.
Oh, they
is
choose a couple of
historic
certain parks to do
houses
this.
as well as buildings of architectural interest, which is the Poe Park Visitor Center is because of the way that it's built. You know, the roof looks like the wings of a bird for the raven.
Yeah.
And it's an amazing space. It's a gallery space. It's got we do a lot of arts and culture there for all ages, from babies to seniors.
And people come from all over.
From all over. We get tourists from around the world. And then we have people who, actually artists call us even from Vienna and from Boston, wanting to perform in the space because it's so amazing.
And display their art.
Display their art, yes. So there's we have exhibitions every month, exhibitions change. So after the Greener Pastures, we're going to have Whimsical Winter Wonder.
Wow.
So that's going to be an exhibition that's going to be also amazing.
So for the holidays, we can come over to Edgar Allan Poe Park.
Absolutely, yes. And so it's going to be very interesting and exciting. And see the name Whimsical? There'll be a lot of whimsy in the arts. Yeah. So it's for everyone. And it's for children and it's for adults. So a lot of the things that we have there, for instance, we have writing workshops, we've had film workshops, we have exercise classes.
See, and when you think about a park, you think about the swings and all the things that kids can do in the park too. But this is for the whole family.
This is the whole family, exactly. I'm glad you said that because we have family recreation also. So in other words, you can come there with your children and engage in activities there because a lot of our programming is intergenerational. So you can engage in an art class with your children. And you can do maybe a writing workshop if you have a teenager and take a writing workshop with your teenage son or daughter. We have knit and crochet, which is very popular.
And you know, all of this is very, very important because a lot of people don't know. We have to continue to create the awareness that there are things like this in our community that that people can participate. We are involved in because if we don't, somebody else may try this. Something positive in the realm.
Yes.
You know, 9 times out of 10 they'll grow up to be great citizens.
And they learn a lot because we create an ambiance there with you know, beautiful soft music playing in the background. You hear piano playing in the background. Sometimes the kids turn around and say, "Where's that piano?" And it creates a very soothing mood. And so the children have an opportunity to be in a space where they can express themselves, learn, and then have a good time, and it calms them.
Yes.
So it's a space where a lot of people say, "I love being here," you know, and after they take a class, they kind of sit at a table and start talking together and hang around. So we have people coming in and out. We have 2 entrances and people coming in and out all the time.
Where can we get more information on this, Lucy?
So the Parks website, which is, you go to the Parks website, the events page, and look for the Poe Park Visitor Center. And you'll find the calendar of activities there and our phone number and how to contact me there.
Well, we're going to join you in some of those, like the Winter Wonderland and all those things.
Oh, yeah.
When are you going to have that big cookout that everybody's talking about with all the different foods from different places and stuff like that?
Well,
I just added, that's a whole nother event, right?
I'll be there.
Give Lucy Aponte a big round of applause, everybody. Lucy Aponte, Community Associate, New York City Parks Department. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much.
All right.
Thank you.
All right, we'll have to take a quick break, but when we return, we'll find out about a walk for health. Stay right there. We'll be right back.
I grew up in the housing projects of Cleveland. I didn't even know that life could be any better than it was. Education for me has been a way to get away from the agony of what was normal life. I want to be able to impact the community, not just look back on where I came from, but to reach back to where I came from and pull some people up with me. My name is David, and I am your dividend.
I already knew that I was going to go to college, from a young age. I definitely want to major in political science. After that, I'm going to get my law degree. Then I'm going to come back to Detroit, boost the economy, become the mayor or something, try to make the situation better for other people. I feel like I owe it to the city. I'm determined. It's gonna happen. My name is Justin, and I am your dividend.
If I got to go to college, oh my goodness. I like discovering new things. You get to see what works for you and what doesn't. That helps you evolve as a person. You get to make like a supernova of skill or talent or whatever it is. I've always wanted to go to college. I just feel like that's my destiny. My name is Queen, and I am your dividend.
Fabulous.
Hey, welcome back, everybody. I'm your host, Dr. Bob Lee. The Mary Mitchell Family and Youth Center works to improve the lives of families in the Bronx and abroad, all over the place. And October the 19th, they're going to be hosting a walk to promote health. And joining us today to share more is Executive Director Heidi Hines. We welcome you, Heidi.
Thank you very much.
So people who love to get involved in exercising and walking and all that stuff, they're going to be coming from all over. That's why I said, all over the world. Like the New York City Marathon, people come from all over the world.
That is a beautiful vision. And this is our first year, so hopefully we'll grow to that.
Hey, you never know.
That's right. We're co-sponsoring the event with several other nonprofits, and that's why we think that we'll get folks from all over the Bronx. Usually our programs are pretty specific to our neighborhood in Crotona. But for this, we're partnering with a bunch of different nonprofit organizations. I know
Michael Max Nabi will be there because he is one of those people who love to exercise and loves to run and loves to get involved in the sports. What does Mary Mitchell Center, what does the center do?
So we're a community center. Mostly we serve the Crotona section of the Bronx. Mm-hmm. And during the daytime, there's a GED program in Spanish. And then we have an after-school program. And we have dance and martial arts in the evenings. And we have civics and ESOL classes on the weekends. And then we're used by about 20 organizations, little organizations in our neighborhood for different events.
So now, Heidi, on the 19th, you're coming out of the box.
We
coming
are.
Out of the center.
That's right. What's
going to happen? What are we going to do?
Well,
how's it going to look?
The teenagers at the Mary Mitchell Center did a little research project about 5 years ago about health. And as you know, the Bronx is not very healthy. And so we got a lot of bad news. And so for the past 5 years, the center and the teenagers have been working to try to raise awareness around the issues of health. Yeah. And so part of what we're doing is we're trying to broaden what it means to be healthy. So together with the other sponsoring organizations, we've created a health platform that doesn't limit being healthy to like a personal choice, because in our neighborhoods where it's so hard to make a healthy choice, it's not fair to say, oh, it's your fault. It's your fault you're not eating more fruits and vegetables if you can't get them very easily. Mm-hmm. So the kids have put together kind of a puppet show to talk about our health platform. And then after that, the health platform is a fair economy, access to fresh fruits and vegetables, school health, good housing, a clean environment, and then just individual wellness. Yeah. And so they're going to put that into a puppet show that won't last that long, about 15 minutes.
Yeah, I can see a bunch of kids walking around with white gloves on. Check it. If they go to your house, hey, you need to dust this place.
That's
but
right.
That's a part of it. And that probably helps with asthma and all that other stuff.
Exactly, too. That's right.
Is there anything that they're doing to maybe go out to the community, to the bodegas and, places where they can get fresh fruit and then tell the grocer or the bodega owner, say, hey, can you please bring in some fresh fruit? You shop every morning or however you do it. Can you please bring it in here because we stop by, we patronize your store all the time.
The teenagers have exactly, yes. The teenagers do in a little bit of a partnership with the bodega across the street from the center. And there are fruits and vegetables at that bodega. We've also started a food buying club, which is a way we go down to Hunts Point Market and we bring the food back and we divide it into bags and we sell it to families at the center and in other locations as well.
The Mary Mitchell Center fruit stand or vegetable stand where you can get your corn and okra, all of that stuff. Greens.
Exactly. It's part of a bigger push.
Can you see it now?
Exactly. Yes.
Healthy eating, healthy living right there at the center.
And so on Saturday, October 19th, we are going to have the puppet show, and then we're going to have a walk around our neighborhood, including Crotona Park and back to the center. And there'll also be some tables out we're part of a coalition called the Bronx Green Jobs Roundtable, and there'll be information about green jobs and about sustainability and about creating your own worker-owned co-op, and information just about how to be healthy on a bigger level, on a community-wide level.
That's wonderful, because what that does is plants a seed in the mind of a child who's working with you, and they can see, they get a chance to see that bigger picture. Hey, I could become this person that could be in charge of this.
Yeah.
Healthy eating, healthy living, the green world. Yes, indeed. All right, so what's the importance of having this event in the Bronx?
Well, because the Bronx is really the least healthy county in the whole state of New York, it's really important that we help families, we give families tools to make healthy decisions, and we also work together as organizations and individuals to talk about an environment that would make it easier to be healthy. And that's kind of systemic change. It makes me think of your first guest who was talking about when people come out of the prison population and having to reintegrate into a neighborhood. We should help people to do that well. And if we did, they would be healthy, their families would be healthy, and our neighborhood would be healthier. And so we're really all connected. And so the importance is to remember how connected we are and how, for our whole society, a neighborhood like ours in the Bronx, which is so unhealthy, is really a demonstration of a lack of caring for each other. And I think we can do better. I've always thought we could do better.
I think so. So the Mary Mitchell Center is going to be like a beacon of light, an oasis in the Bronx where you can demonstrate healthy eating, healthy living habits to all the people who live in the area. Now, how far are we walking on that day?
Not too far. We're going to walk for about 3 miles. We're not even doing a 5K. We're about 45 minutes of walking. We're not doing it so that people can say they ran a race or walked the race. We're doing it so that people can just feel healthy. And for a lot of folks in our neighborhood, it's just getting out and walking at all.
This can be a start of something great. You know, if you want to start something, start an exercise program, this walking right there at the Mary Mitchell Center can do the job for you. What's the address there?
We're at the corner of 178th and Mapes Avenue, 2007 Mapes.
What time do we meet?
We're starting at 9:30 with breakfast.
Oh, all right.
Woo-hoo.
Eat lightly. Continental.
That's right. It'll be a healthy breakfast.
Yeah, that's right.
And then we'll have the walk, and we plan to be done at around noon.
Oh, thank you so much. What's the website? Where can we go and get that more information?
We have Facebook, and I believe that someone is putting it on now. So you can go to the Mary Mitchell Center Facebook page, or you can. I don't have the exact
Work with Heidi now. There you go. You're right.
Woo, thank you very much.
You win $50 million in a trip around the world. That's a great thing that you're doing there at the center. You know, I think we should stop by and create
Come
some
and
more
walk with
awareness
us,
about
please.
it. Yeah.
We would love to have you.
There you go. All right, Heidi Hines, the Executive Director, Mary Mitchell Family and Youth Center, right here in the Bronx. Give her a big round of applause, everybody. Thank you so much. That was very good. All right.
Thank you.
All right, we got to take a quick break, but when we return, we'll hear from a musician giving back to the community. Stay right there. I'll let you know who he is. You'll see next.
NFC, AFC, offensive linemen, defensive tackles, quarterbacks, and cornerbacks are all working with United Way for a million little reasons. The kids of our communities. To ensure their academic success all the way to graduation day. You see, it takes about 12 years to create a graduate. but it takes the same time to create a dropout. And the difference between a kid becoming one or the other could be a professional athlete, or it could be you. Studies showed the earlier we get to kids, the better their chances. So become a United Way volunteer reader, tutor, or mentor, and make a difference in the life of a child, for the life of that child.
Give.
Advocate.
Volunteer. Live united. Join your favorite NFL players. Take the pledge. Go to unitedway.org.
Long before I was in Hollywood, I had a grandmother by the name of Estelle Marie Tanner, positive role models to make sure that I was on the straight path. Big Brothers Big Sisters carefully screens volunteers and places them in long-term mentoring matches with kids who face adversity. With more volunteers, especially men, and more donations, every little who needs a big can have it. Start something. If it's been a while since you've been involved, start something again. Learn more at bigbrothersbigsisters.org.
Adopting a new pet is a rewarding experience. And Shelter Pets makes super pets. Your new best friend will steal your heart, bring you happiness, and enrich your life for years to come. You can make a difference in the life of an animal. Adopt and bring home a Shelter Pet today. To find out more, visit theshelterpetproject.org.
Being a dad can be tough.
No. What do you mean she's not coming?
When's the fairy princess coming?
Any minute now.
But when you're willing to do anything,
It is I, Cruz Zinkelpel. Okay, time for cake.
it's always worth it.
I know it's really you, Drew. I'm just pretending for the other kids.
The smallest moments can have the biggest impact on a child's life. Take time to be a dad today. Call 877-4DAD-411 or visit fatherhood.gov.
Hey, welcome back, everybody. I'm here with my friend Gerald Austin from the Manhattans, and he's most known for his music. But in addition to his great talent on stage, he's also giving back to the community through college bus tours. And we are pleased to be joined today by Gerald Austin. Give him a big round of applause, everybody. Gerald Austin in the house. Man has a fantastic voice. He can tear it up. Gerald, tell us about this foundation. We've done a number of things in Jersey and throughout the tri-state area, talking about the bus tours and all
Right.
that. Tell us about the foundation first.
Okay. Well, actually, I'm a member of the Ancient Egypt Arabic Order Noble of the Mystic Shrines. That's
and we have a bunch of journalists here from Egypt too.
Yeah.
I think they're up in the control room with Michael Max Nabi. So this foundation that you're doing, that you're working with, has been in existence for many
This
years.
is our 107th year.
Yeah.
And when I became a Golconda Shriner, we were challenged by one of the nobles to do something in the community.
Yeah.
And that's when we put together the college bus tour. And we wanted to make it affordable for the people in the community, young people and the families who couldn't afford to pay $500 or $600 to send their kid on a tour. So our tour, this is our 4th annual tour, and we've had some great success. You know, the first year we had a young gentleman that was going into service, and he got to Rutgers and he changed his mind. And then we had the second tour. We went to Morgan and Howard, and a couple of young ladies took their transcript, and now they're juniors at Howard, at Morgan. You know, and so we've had the successes.
And these are people who can come back and tell their stories. You know?
Exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly.
So this college bus tour, where's that tour going?
This year we're going to Virginia Union, Virginia State, Howard University, Morgan State, and to Townsend University. Yeah.
So we're looking for high school students?
We're looking for high school students. We take kids even from the 8th grade.
So parents, listen up. Here we go.
And we started out with Essex, Hudson, and Bergen County, but we in Jersey. But we will take kids from anywhere in the area, all over.
Yes.
And the kids, the reason we extended to the 8th grade kids as well is because 8th and 9th grade kids is because this is the time for them to see what it's all about and see that college is attainable for them, and know the ins and out of getting into college.
I mean, how does that feel for you? I mean, you've been all over the world singing. You've been to every country, you know. and you want to step back and say, hey, I want to give back. I mean, when did you make that decision?
Well, after the success of the Manhattans and the hits that we've had and the following that we've had, thanks to you, WBLS. Yeah, you know, and the support we've got from our fans, God has truly blessed us. And this is one way that I could give back. And also with my fraternity that I'm with, we can give back together. Yeah. You know, and look out for our children. Our children are the most important people that we have here on earth. Yeah. You know, and also especially the young men. We want to keep the young men in our community out of jail and into college. Yeah. And we want to also have it so that our young ladies will be proud, you know, they don't have to worry about if I marry him, he's a, jailbird, not saying there's anything wrong, but we want to be able to give back in that way, to keep our kids out of prison and into college, and so that our young ladies can have something to be proud of as well. Yeah, and well, you guys are in the right direction. How can people qualify to be a part of this? We have a website. Our website is www.golcondatemple24.org. Say it again. golcondatemple24.org. And once you get to the home page, you click on events and scroll down to November, and you see we have applications and we have flyers pertaining to the tour, which is November 6th through 8th of this year. November 6th through the 8th. Put that down on your calendar. Even people who are in college too. I think if you want to make a transfer and see what other colleges are about, I guess they can probably sign up too. Yeah. I'm guessing, Yeah. We're giving an opportunity. It's a beautiful thing because you're going around to different colleges. You never know. Yeah. and also the fee is only $175. When you're overnight, and we provide food and everything, and it's just it's a wonderful opportunity. And also we want the community to be a part of it. We need chaperones, so we're not just looking for people in the Prince Hall fraternity. We're looking for people in the community to be a part of this as well. What's the future of this? What are your hopes for the future of the foundation? Well, the future is that we can get more of our students, young people, into college, and have them to come back and at our orientation speak, and let the other kids that are coming in now, each year, know what it's all about. And it's just basically of paying it forward. Yeah. Basically of paying it forward. And I've been watching you over the years, You don't only sing, you're out there in the community. You work with Hank Carter's wheelchair charities. Right. He raises money to give hospitals and patients, paraplegics and quadriplegics, wheelchairs and respirators and buses where they can go out and they can try to live a normal life like everybody else. And that's at Goldwater Memorial Hospital. Right. And now, of course, they named the building after them, the Henry Carter Building over by the old North General Hospital. Right. And it's on 120th Street and Madison Avenue. Right. And you've been working with him for years. Yeah. You work with the Make the Grade Foundation, and a number of other organizations. Yeah. So you're out there in the community. Now you're giving back through this organization here, the Shriners. Yeah. And I think it's a wonderful thing. It's a good feeling to be able to help somebody else get what they need out of life. It is, because someone reached back to help me. And I think it's just so important. It's just so important not to be selfish, and to give back in every way that we can. We can't we can't let you go without having you get on a microphone a little bit. But that's a wonderful thing. Give us that website where people can get involved in this. Okay, again, it's November 6th through 8th, 2013, and our website is www.golcondatemple24.org. And once you get on the home page, you click on events and scroll down to the month of November, and all the information is there. Of course, we'll try to post this on the BronxNet page too. The guys over there working now. Is one other thing. Our deadline was October 4th to get back the forms. But we have extended it to applications. We have extended it to October 18th. Oh, great. Yeah. Okay.
great. All right, so we're going to hear your vocals coming up next?
Yes.
All right. Got to take a quick break right here. We'll set things up, but when we return, we'll hear the smooth sounds of Gerald Alston from the Manhattans. Give him a big round of applause right now, everybody. Here we go. Thank you so much. You're doing a wonderful thing in our community, and we love you, man.
Thank you.
Yes. We'll be right back.
Being a dad can be tough.
No. What do you mean she's not coming?
When's the fairy princess coming?
Any minute now.
But when you're willing to do anything,
It is I, Cruz Zinkerbell. Okay, time for cake.
it's always worth it.
I know it's really you, Drew. I'm just pretending for the other kids.
The smallest moments can have the biggest impact on a child's life. Take time to be a dad today. Call 877-4DAD-411 or visit fatherhood.gov.
Barry, time is running out. According to my calculations, 1 in 5 kids in America struggles with hunger. How can so many children face hunger when there's more than enough food to feed them all? You're right, Barry. We can help solve hunger by teaming up with Feeding America to get food to hungry kids in communities across the country.
Help Flint and the Feeding America network of food banks get food to the people who need it in your community. Find your local Feeding America food bank at feedingamerica.org/hunger.
Together, we're Feeding America.
So, I got this new family, and I don't know what it is about this one, but she can't seem to put down that toy. Oh, and she even talks to it. Who's she talking to? Her mom? She talks to her mom a lot.
Know what?
What?
Since I got adopted, I've learned a lot about these humans.
I know. I mean, check out these two. It's Flirt City over here.
Yeah, I noticed that. It looks like my human is definitely into your human.
Oh, look! I think she's getting his number.
Nice.
Your human's got some sweet moves.
Takes after his dog. Oh, look, they're doing that thing where they put their arms around each other.
She kicked up a leg. It's like in the movies.
That's awesome. Looks like we're going to be hanging out a little bit more.
Hi, this is Jeff Fox for 107.5 WBLS. And when I get off the radio, I check out my man, the Dr. Bob Lee and Cool Clyde. It's open on BronxNet. I never miss it.
Back, everybody. Now let's give it up for Gerald Alston of the Manhattans. Give him a big round of applause. Here we go.
Yes, honey, you are my shining star. Don't you go away. No, baby, wanna be right here where you are till my dying day. Yeah, baby. So many have tried to find a love like yours and mine. Yeah, baby. Girl, don't you realize how you hypnotize? Make me love you more each time. Yeah, baby. Honey, I'll never leave you lonely. Well, give my love to you only. To you only. Honey, you are my shining star. Don't you go away. No, baby, wanna be right here where you are till my dying day. Yeah, baby, feels so good when we're lying here next to each other, lost in love. Yeah, baby. Baby, when we touch, I love you so much. You're all I ever dreamed of. Yeah, baby. baby. Well, give my love to you only. To you only. Honey, you are my shining star. Don't you go away, girl. No, baby. Wanna be right here where you are till my dying day. Oh yeah, honey, you are my shining star. Don't you go away. Oh no, wanna be right here where you are till my dying day. Oh yeah, honey, you are my shining star. Don't you go away. Oh no, wanna be. I needed that.
I needed a little background thing going on with you. Gerald Austin, everybody.
Thank you.
Give him a big round of applause. Yeah. So let's recap. You got this, you're not only a singer, you're out there in the community. You have this foundation going on.
Right.
And November
6th through 8th. Through the 8th, 2013, the College Bus Tour will be leaving from Grand Lodge at Prince Hall Grand Lodge in Newark, New Jersey, 188 Irvin Turner Boulevard. Yeah. And it's called the J.C. Hines College Bus Tour.
There are a lot of people looking to get in this business of entertainment and singing. Like my daughter has this new CD out. Got to throw this in there while you're here too.
Yeah.
But what do you tell people? What inspiration or words of inspiration do you tell people who are looking to get in or who are doing it and want to go further?
Yeah. First of all, I just say keep your faith in God, and realize that this is you have to really work hard at it, be focused on it, and give your best, and do songs that people will remember about life.
There you go.
That they can relate to, and you'll always be around.
There you go. And Sheena Lee was here on this set. Go to Sheena Lee at iTunes, and you got your songs there too.
Oh yeah. Right. I did a tribute album to Sam Cooke. Gerald Austin sings Sam Cooke, and it's on CD Baby.
There you go. Yes. All right. Gerald Austin, everybody, give him a big round of applause. Can you take us home?
Oh, yeah.
All righty. Now, unfortunately, that's all the time we have for today's show, but I'd like to thank all of our guests for joining us and you, our viewer, for tuning in and checking it all out. You can catch an all-new episode Wednesday at 10 a.m. with our host, Darren Jaime. Always remember this, what you are is God's gift to you, and what you make of yourself is your gift to God. To choose your choice and let your choice control the chooser. I'll catch you on tonight right after The Quiet Storm with Lenny Green. I'm the Dr. Bob Lee. From all of us here, right here, BronxNet. Have a great and enjoyable day. We love you all. Here we go. Gerald Austin, take us home. Woo!
I had to meet you here today. There's just so many things to say. Please don't stop me till I'm through. This is something I hate to do. We've been meeting here so long. I guess what we've done was wrong. Please, darling, don't you cry. Let's just kiss and say goodbye. Many months have passed us by. I'm gonna miss you. I can't lie.